Joe's Pizza is arguably the most famous New York slice, but how does it really stack up when you're talking NYC pizza? What's good, bro? I'm LUISGUSTO. Welcome to another episode of Let's Grab NYC Takeout. Hop on the subway back to my Brooklyn apartment while I review it for y'all, hanging out on my couch with my dog by my side. In episode 1, we went to Hey Hey Roasted in New York City's Chinatown. Episode 2 saw us picking up a smoked salmon bagel from Apollo Bagels. In episode 3, we grabbed a breakfast burrito from Electric Burrito in the East Village. But in episode 4, we're eating that iconic New York City food, the pizza. First invented in Italy during ancient Roman times by Emperor Little Caesar, whose quote still rings with us today: pizza, pizza. Now, like I said, Joe's Pizza is arguably the most famous New York slice. They've got a few locations, including the original in Greenwich Village at 7 Carmine Street. Now, I've eaten there a few times, and you saw them in that famous Marvel movie, Spider-Man. They do have a Williamsburg, Brooklyn location. It opened relatively recently in comparison with the other locations. They have 3 in Manhattan, I believe, and 1 in Brooklyn. So since it's takeout pizza, they pop it in the oven for you. I want to eat it before it gets cold. All right, so we got a pepperoni slice and a plain cheese slice. Looking quite nice. 6 dots of pepperoni on there. Basically, when you order a pepperoni pizza, they just take a slice of cheese and throw the pepperoni on there before. Not every place does that, but Joe's does that. First time I had Joe's Pizza was in Fidei. Actually, I was filming a video for this channel, One World Observatory video, like a review of that. Let's see how this one stacks up. Okay. So I would say this cheese slice is kind of somewhat, it's semi-crispy, little chewy, little crispy. At this point, I've had the majority of the most popular pizza slice joints in New York City. Lindustry, Mama's 2, Lucia, Village Square Pizza, Unregular Pizza. Jeez, I mean, there's a lot that I've been to. And I think my favorite type of New York pizza slice is the one that's just all the way crispy. This one's kind of in between. We can see the bottom. See the bottom there's somewhat charred. And then the cheese there with the little grease dripping down. Of course you want that, but this is not an overly greasy slice. So it is, it's a good cheese, good sauce. Not the crisp and the crunch that I really like on New York pizza. So for example, at Lucia and Lindustry, they're known for crispier slices, and I actually prefer that. But they do have lots of different slices available. Most people get Joe's Pizza and just dine right there. It's somewhat rare that you get a couple of slices to go. However, a lot of people do get it for delivery. I've never done that. The 4 or 5 times that I've been to Joe's Pizza, it's always, I grab the pizza and eat it somewhere nearby. And it's usually because I'm filming something for YouTube. I would say this is a solid cheese slice. It looks like it would be crispier, but it's not. I keep harping on that. But I would say that's probably my only complaint about this slice. The dough is good, the sauce is solid, the cheese is good. In my opinion, this is exactly what you think of when you just think of New York City, plain cheese slice of pizza. This is it right here. Now, because it's so popular, Joe's Pizza often ends up in that conversation. Is it overrated? Is it a tourist trap? Right off the bat, I'm gonna say no, it's not a tourist trap, not by any stretch. However, should you wait in line 30 to 45 minutes? Not for Joe's Pizza. I wouldn't do that. I've waited in line plenty of times for Lindustry. Funny enough, I've never waited for Lucia. I just don't think it's as popular, even though I think it's a better pizza. Well, maybe controversial take. Nothing to speak of with the crust. I'm not even gonna eat it. New York pizza is arguably the most famous pizza in the world. Yes, even more famous than Italian pizza. You can get this pretty much anywhere in the United States. However, some people argue that because of the water here in New York City or the traditions and recipes that have been passed on from generation to generation, that nothing beats a slice in New York. And I would tend to agree with that, honestly. I think it's easy for another region to try to imitate another region's food, even if you have somebody that maybe moved away. So like you'll often get, like say for example in Arizona, someone will be like, well, I grew up in New York and blah, 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 and I moved out here and I started a pizza shop. To me, that it's just never as good as just actually being in the place where that cuisine originated. That's just my opinion on the thing. That goes for pizza, for sandwiches, for, I don't know, macaroni and cheese. Here's the pepperoni. Big slice. Check that out. You know, this is the quintessential pizza look. I mean, this is iconic. This is literally the pizza emoji. I don't even say that exaggerating. It's no hyperbole. But this is typical for me for an order. I usually get a plain cheese and then something else. Lately, I've been into the vodka slices. Those are really good. Margarita sometimes. You know, anything that's a little bit fancy, or sometimes I'll just grab plain pepperoni or Italian sausage. All right. So same deal here. It's from the same pie, so it's gonna have the same consistency. Dough tastes the same, sauce, cheese, everything. Obviously where this one's a little bit more complex because it has the slices of pepperoni. And that pepperoni, it kind of meshes with the cheese and the sauce to create a completely different flavor profile. It's somewhat spicy. Obviously meaty, and it's a good pepperoni. This is old school, traditional pepperoni pizza. Now, keep in mind, Joe's was established in 1975. That's a long time to be making pizza, so those older places, they're kind of set in their ways. Even if they do blow up, they tend to stick in that same lane, which is good. In my opinion, Joe's Pizza is like the Jay-Z of New York pizza, where no one can really claim that it's like top 3. Everyone who says that it's overrated is just reaching. They're just trying to, you know, trying to stir the pot a little bit, trying to like be controversial just for the sake of having a hot take. But you know what you're gonna get. When you pop in a Jay-Z album, you know exactly what you're gonna get. You're gonna get pimp, gangsta, East Coast, 90s, 2000s rap done extremely well. And that's what you get at Joe's. You go there, you're gonna get slices of pizza that taste just like a New York slice should taste. Nothing more, nothing less. And for a lot of people, that's good enough. This is by no stretch one of my top pizzas in the city. I don't even think it would crack my top 10 if I'm being perfectly honest. But with that said, it's still very good pizza, very good. I mean, I've always held the opinion that it's pretty much impossible to make a bad pizza. You really have to go out of your way. Even Cece's Pizza, that all you can eat pizza buffet, even that pizza is decent. But with that said, I will go out of my way for good pizza. I will wait in line for good pizza. I'm learning how to make pizza at home, so I'm kind of digging into various recipes for sauce, cheese combinations, meat and toppings, different ways to lay it out, different types of dough and bake times and temperatures and everything like that. I'm hoping to get a pizza oven one day. Now, I don't think it'll fit in this tiny Brooklyn apartment, but I think long term, I'll probably get into the whole pizza thing just for personal reasons. I would never open up a restaurant. Check out the bottom there. So who is Joe's Pizza for, in my opinion? Well, first of all, if you live near one, it's an obvious choice. It's always gonna be consistent, it's solid. Again, the people that are saying like it's overrated or it's a tourist trap, they're just reaching. They just wanna have a hot take. It's fine pizza. I've never been disappointed with a slice here. It's not gonna blow your mind. It's not gonna change your life unless, for whatever reason, you've never had New York pizza before. then sure, yeah, that'll be like, wow. Or if you buy into the hype. I mean, there's definitely a lot of people who coming to New York City is a lifelong dream, and it's something maybe they're gonna do once in their lifetime. They've seen Joe's in Spider-Man, they've heard about it, they've read about it, they've seen it on YouTube. And yeah, so like that's gonna come together. Maybe they're with loved ones, right? And so it's gonna come together for a great experience. That's what they do well. These two slices taste exactly the same as the two slices that I had 3 years ago. In Fidei. It's always the same. Unless you like let them get cold or heat them up the next morning, it's gonna be pretty consistent. Also, I think if you're visiting New York and you want to kind of do the quintessential stops, Joe's is a great option. The sauce is a little sweet, no real spice in there as far as, it's not like spicy hot. Some pizza sauces have a little bit of zing in them. To me, this one's very sweet. Again, the mozzarella cheese, very straightforward. It's nothing surprising. It's exactly what you expect. Nothing more, nothing less. They're also about $4 a slice. The pepperoni and the cheese came out to $8.75. You can certainly find cheaper pizza in New York City. You can also find much more expensive pizza in New York City. So I think with price, with taste, with texture, everything's kind of just right down the middle. No curves here, no sliders, just fastball down the middle. You know what you're getting with a Joe's Pizza slice. So with that, I think I'm gonna call it, bro. I appreciate you watching. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to the page for more videos just like this. My dog is snoring, which means it's time to give him a snack. So I'm out. I'll see you next time. Peace.